Welcome back, everybody, for another episode of Best Tips and Tricks for Apex Legends. I'm your host, shreksspawn, and today we're going to be giving you the best tips and tricks you're going to need to have going into Season 6. Now, these tips and tricks are going to be crucial for you, especially if you've been relying on the R99. The R99 has been officially dubbed a care package weapon by devs and other moderators and creators for the game. There's been a lot of controversial talk across all social media sites, Reddit, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, just all of them. It's been absolutely insane on how much this topic has been discussed. But the reality of it is that we have got to adjust on what weapons we need to be utilizing. So I'm going to show you some of the best drills you can utilize in firing range so that you can get amazing kill streaks using other weapons other than the R99, which has been the gun meta since Season 3 once they got rid of the disruptor rounds for the alternator, which everybody loved. They didn't need to get rid of those. Please, devs, give those back. But we're going to be showing you how you can virtually practice with any other weapon in firing range to just start shredding. Now, I'm going to show you the two most used weapons, so stick around to see what those are. These two most used weapons are used by the top streamers and top players in the game, so let's just dive right on in. Alright, everybody, while I get down to the area where I'm going to be showing you the mechanics of this drill, why don't you go ahead and click that subscribe button, and don't forget to whack the bell. Whacking that bell is going to get you notified the next time I upload a video that's going to help you get better at the game, just like this one. Also, up there in the top right hand corner is going to show you a really good precursor video that you should probably watch before this one. It's another drill on how to practice your strafing. If you feel like your strafe game could get a little bit better, just go ahead and watch that video before this one. It's really going to help you out a lot with parts of this drill. And if you like what you end up learning here, go ahead and click that like button. It really does help all creators out. Like I said, we're going to be focusing on the best guns to use other than the R99. The next most used gun is the Prowler, so what we're going to do is we're going to pick that up. We're going to drop everything that we're carrying, including the P2020, because it's just dead weight. Now, you're going to want to try to fill up your entire bag with heavy ammo. You're going to want to try to keep it heavy ammo only because it's what the Prowler uses. Duh. Now, I'm just going to be going over, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be using all gold items, and I do this because best practice for even when you're doing 1v1s. Against your buddies, you just want to have all that. I'm going to kit out my Prowler using a select fire, level 3 mag, and I personally go with the white HCOG. Now, the white HCOG is a lot better in my opinion than the Digi Threat because it's easier to find. You're most likely going to get that one, and you know, it's just a lot better. So we're going to go ahead and equip that one. Now, we're going to be practicing recoil control in this drill. Beginners, if you have a hard time practicing recoil control, I recommend starting off with a level 3 standard stock and then working your way to using no standard stock. The barrel stabilizer is supposed to help with recoil control to a degree. However, with the Prowler being an SMG and not having a barrel mod attachment option, the only thing we can attach that's going to help us out is going to be that standard stock. The ideal trigger pull count while practicing this in firing range is 3 trigger pulls to knock somebody wearing level 3 armor. And firing range really is perfect to practice this in because all of the dummies that are lined up and holding still are already wearing level 3 armor. Don't be ashamed if you don't get 3 trigger pulls every single time. It's not a very easy task to do when you're starting off with a new weapon. And if you decide to opt out of using the Prowler, even though it's the meta right now, and it will continue to be the meta in Season 6, then you're going to want to shoot for knocking down a dummy within 1 full level 2 clip for any weapon, with the exception, of course, of snipers and shotguns, but we get to shotguns later in the video. This is not the only part of this drill. As you start knocking down these dummies and practicing on getting them down within 3 trigger pulls, once you're done knocking down the second dummy, you're going to want to go and pick up as much heavy ammo as you can. You can even pick up as much heavy ammo as you can grab in between each dummy if you want to get through this faster, but we're not going to be doing this the whole time. Eventually, we're going to be moving up the hill and focusing on some moving targets. So make sure that you are grabbing as much ammo as possible in between each set. And again, we're focusing on 3 trigger pulls to a knock. It's going to be a lot faster when you're coming up on somebody that has level 1 or level 2 armor, and a little bit more if somebody has level 5 Evo shield. But again, we're focusing on 3 trigger pulls to knock somebody wearing level 4 armor. Now I know that my bag is not completely full of heavy ammo just yet, but to keep this video moving along, I'm just going to get right up to the part where we're going to practice our recoil control for whatever weapon you're wanting to practice with. At this distance, it's best to use fully automatic weapons, not so much pistols or snipers or shotguns. Those are going to be at different distances that I'll show you in a different video. So again, subscribe and whack the bell to be notified on when those videos come out. Now you can choose to be up here on the higher rock or down on the lower rock, but either of these locations are going to be perfect for practicing recoil control. What I love about this spot is that the top of this rock is the perfect distance to practice your strafing methods. You shouldn't be strafing any less or any more than the top of this rock. And I feel like the devs did that on purpose. So if you go too far, you fall off the edge, you go too short, I mean, you can tell. You don't want to be going back and forth super quick. Just go watch my strafing video up there in the top right hand corner. Just go watch it. It talks about it. So we just got done practicing on targets that were standing still, but you are never going to be playing in a lobby unless it's filled with bots where people are standing still as you shoot at them. So we're going to be aiming for the moving targets, both of them. We're going to be unloading one clip into this one right here. You're probably going to notice that it's pretty hard to hit those targets at first. You're going to be bouncing all over the place, missing it left and right. So let me show you what the shot pattern of the Prowler does and how you can actually see what the shot pattern is of whatever weapon you're choosing to practice with without trying to adjust your aim or your recoil. Aim at the base of this rock just right next to us here and hold the trigger down. You're going to see what the shot pattern is. Once you do a full magazine as to what your shot pattern is going to look like, go over, inspect it, and see what movements you need to make with your analog stick to control your recoil. Every weapon's recoil is going to be a little bit different at different ranges. This one just happens to be the recoil of the Prowler. You can even look up, if you don't want to spend the time doing this, you can go and Google Apex Legends Prowler recoil or Apex Legends R301 recoil pattern. You know, like you can look at all of that. Just Google it. Another thing that's really great about this specific spot is that your two targets you're aiming at are at different distances while they're still moving. Yes, they're moving at a constant speed and isn't a true strafe, but it's still something that you can practice on a moving target. Now, clearly the best option will be to get some of your buddies together and play free-for-alls or 1v1s here in firing range. But if you're just getting on to play with some randoms or some pub lobbies really quick, or trying to get the jump on the new weapon that just dropped out, these tips and tricks for this drill is going to make it to where you don't have to wait for anyone. Time to show you drills for weapon number 2 of top streamers and Apex players' loadouts. We just got done talking about the Prowler or how to practice with any fully automatic weapon, but the next gun for the meta loadout right now and going into season 6 is going to be a shotgun. The most used right now is going to be the Mastiff, and there's a lot of different ways you can practice with this gun. However, I'm going to show you really quick what the shotgun bolt difference really makes. The top left corner is no bolt, the right is level 1, bottom left is level 2, and the bottom right is level 3. And as you can see, the level 3 bolt makes a significant difference, as does even just the level 1 bolt. But what we are going to do is we are going to practice without a bolt because you don't always find one right off the bat. Bolts are kind of like those things that when you need it, you can't find it, but then when you don't need it, there's like 80,000 of them all around. Using any single fire weapon, such as a pistol, a sniper rifle, or a shotgun, you're going to want to have a place to peek out in between your shots, and you're going to see why that's going to make a huge difference. I just pinged the 2 dummies that have 3 body cutout targets on either side. Shotguns currently don't have any type of extended mag, and since we're practicing with the Mastiff, we get 6 shots. So that's 1 cutout target per shot. Now this shotgun drill is very easy. All that you have to do is walk up, turn, aim for the head, and fire. Turn, walk up, turn, aim to the head, fire. Turn, walk up, turn, aim to the head, and fire. Now when you get to the dummy, you switch over to your fully automatic weapon, strafe back and forth, and you're going to hip fire until you knock the dummy down. You're going to try to get it all done in one clip, and then you're going to repeat the shotgun. Turn, turn, shoot. Turn, turn, shoot. Turn, turn, shoot. Now, I know that you might not think that turn, turn, turn is very effective, and you're right, it's not effective right now because we could just walk in a straight line and kill them all within one shot, but that's not what's going to happen in a game. In a game, you're going to hear footsteps or see something out of the corner of your eye, and you're going to try to turn over towards them as fast as you can and nail them. The most damage you can do in this game, just like I talked about in this video up here in the corner, is aiming for the head, is when you hit the head. When you can get a headshot off, especially at close range with a shotgun, you're gonna just annihilate. And practicing this drill right here over and over again with a shotgun will really make you amazing with it. Again, the meta right now is the Mastiff with a Prowler, and even if that new gun comes out, the secondary weapon you're going to want to have is going to be a type of shotgun like a Mastiff, or if you get a Peacekeeper from the care package. So that drill is going to help you out a lot with being able to aim quickly, but it's not going to necessarily help you in a real life close combat scenario, especially if you're playing World's Edge inside of all of these buildings we have. So this next portion of the drill is going to help us be able to focus on peeking out of a corner and letting the reset of our shotgun take place while we are hidden from our enemy. So there's a few places where you can practice this in firing range, but where I'm going to do it is I'm going to do it just right off to the side of the energy weapon location, aiming at the dummy right in front of that stand. Now, like I said, you can pretty much do this at any location in firing range where there is a dummy, as long as you can peek out to shoot and then back behind something to reset your shotgun. Notice you see me peek out for the shot and duck back behind for the reset. Now, if you can pick up on this pattern, I pop out, shoot, duck back, reset. Pop out, shoot, duck back, reset. Your first few times are not going to be perfect. Again, don't get down on yourselves for not being perfect at this. This is going to be the best way you can utilize your time in a firefight, especially if you're deciding to go with the meta of an SMG with a shotgun. Before I move on to the next weapon, which is going to be the Havoc, by the way, let me just remind you that subscribing to this channel qualifies you to win a $50 PSN gift card. That's all you have to do. And once we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away one of those. And then once we hit 2,000, I'm going to be giving away another one. And it also gives you a chance to win a PlayStation 5 when I hit a number of subscribers, which is yet to be determined. But let's start talking about the Havoc. The Havoc has had a lot of nerfs since Season 3. The energy mag was taken away. The recoil has become insane, the charge up time has taken a lot longer, and they took away the turbocharger. And despite all of that, it is one of the most lethal and used weapons for close quarters combat. But like I said, the recoil is absolutely insane, and it's great for hip firing in those close quarters. Now there's been some leaks happening, however, that we might be getting the turbocharger back, at least for the devotion, which means that the devotion might no longer be a care package item. It seems that we're going to be given crafting materials for in-game that's going to allow us to upgrade our weapons accordingly. This means we might get the turbocharger back. And I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be so excited if that's the case because this charge up time is ridiculous. And just as a little insert, you're going to want to charge up the Havoc when you're behind something and you hear somebody right before you pop out, so that you're not exposed during a time when you can't really do anything. But practicing with the Havoc is basically just like we did during the shotgun drill. You're gonna want to try and get your hip fire down first, and then you can back up and start working on your ADS firing. For those of you that don't know, ADS means aim down sights. And you guys, I could keep going on and on and on about what ways are the best ways to practice for every single weapon in firing range. If you want me to do that, go ahead and comment down below what weapon you think I should do my next video on, especially since we all need those tips and tricks on how to get better. Up there in the top right hand corner, you're going to see a video on how to think like a champion, and in the bottom right hand corner is going to be the button to subscribe. Again, make sure you whack that bell, and I will see you guys in the arena.